Well, Sky Princess has had lot of issues. She used to get left at the gates and all that. So anyway, she's come. She had a mock race. I hope she runs a big race.
1400, the most suitable trip for her. She takes a level jump, she'll definitely run a very good race. Normally she loses her chances at the start, but I think this time she should take a level jump and do something good for herself.
Well, she is well within herself. She ran a big race last time. As I told you last time itself that she's not very genuine. I hope this time she comes out and wins for me.
Run 1400 meters. We start off with the first runner coming up will be number 1 Ultimate Chance, who ran 9th. Turkman was the winner, and Ultimate Chance was the one who was in the silks of peach with brown horseshoe, was being produced almost on the wide outside, came and ended up finishing on 9th out of 9 runners. Last in Turkman's win over that mile trip, rated at 24, spinning blinkers, tongue strap, cross nose band, and hood is number 1 Ultimate Chance. Number 2 will be Gr.III. Gr.III ran 11th. Dawn Rising was the winner, and Gr.III was the one, yet another runner which is gracing the wrong end of the field, and finished on 11th out of 11 runners is Dawn Rising. Well, in the silks of light blue with orange disc arm band is Gr.III, sort of burden of proof for a sugar, but beautifully bred horse, but somehow hasn't been performing as per expectancies and ran 11th out of 11 runners. Dawn Rising, the winner, rated at 23, spun tongue struck, cross nose band. 3 will be Altair. Altair ran 7th. The winner being Macron was in that mid-pack, in fact, and ended up finishing on 7th out of 8 runners is Altair. After that, 8th being Dawn Rising and 9th being Venus. Ended up finishing on 7th out of 8 runners being Macron is Altair. Stardon out of Adianara, who finished on in that back bunch over that sprint trip, rated at 22, spun blinkers, tongue struck, cross nose band, and basket band. 4 will be Sekhmet, who finished on 10th. Memorable Time was the winner, and Sekhmet was the one in the silks of yellow with dark blue triangular panel. Ended up finishing on 10th out of 10 runners. Last in Memorable Times win is Sekhmet. Sedgefield at a spark of silver, spun blinkers, tongue strap, rated at 22. Way down the track, in fact, almost about 200 meters off the last horse. The second last horse was Sekhmet, and finished on last on this occasion, rated at 22, spun blinkers, tongue strap. And 5 will be Sky Princess. That's the next runner coming up for scrutiny. Sky Princess ran 7th. Activated was the winner on this occasion, and Sky Princess was the one who was angling for his run in between runners. Race number 46, the one which is in question, ended up finishing on 7th out of 11 runners. The last winter runner looking at, where in race number 46 finished on 7th out of 11 runners. Activated the winner, rated at 20, putting side cheek pieces. Number 5 Sky Princess. 6 will be Rule of Law. Rule of Law ran 6. Champions Way was the winner, was putting that white cap, in fact, as Rule of Law. David Livingston of Gr.III over that mile trip, ended up finishing on 6th out of 9 runners. Champions Way was the winner, straight as an arrow, won by a comfortable margin of 5 3/4 lengths, whereas Rule of Law ended up finishing on in that mid-pack, rated at 18, spun blinkers, tongue strap. 7 will be Elite Agent. Elite Agent was the one who ran 6th. The Maroon was the winner of this race, and Elite Agent was the one had that lovely opening in between runners. Could have come and finished on far more closer, but ended up finishing on 6th. Doesn't run 2 races alike. Has had 3 outings this season. Ran 7th on the first turning when Dawn Rising, 3rd being By the Book, and in this occasion, the Sen for long trip ran 6th out of 9 runners. Maroon, the winner, rated at 17, putting cross nose band. 8 will be Altamont. Altamont ran 4th. By the Book was the winner of this race in that mid-pack. And Sandcastles was the one who was just ahead and came and eventually finished on a fine second, notable second on this occasion. Half a length was the verdict between the first 2 runners, and Sandcastles ran a blinder, in fact, spun blinkers, rated at 6, spun tongue strap, and whereas the other runner, that's Altamont, finished on 4th on the starting after running 3rd on the previous occasion, ran 4th on this occasion, rated at 16, spun blinkers, is number 8 Altamont. 9 will be Marco Polo. Marco Polo ran 7th. War Trail was the winner of this race, and Marco Polo was the one who was in that last position and ended up eventually finishing on 7th out of 8 runners, starting to gradually improve towards the rail side to end up finishing on 7th out of 8, having run 4th behind Thunderstruck on the previous occasion, running for the first time this summer, so rated at 13th when Tungstruck Crossnose Band is number 9 Marco Polo. And 10 will be Max Mueller. Max Mueller ran 5th. Jersey Legend was the winner, being produced in the center of the track was Max Mueller, starting to gradually improve positions and did run 5th behind Jersey Legend was Max Mueller. After that, 5th behind Venus on the previous occasion, and Max Mueller ran 5th again, rated at 13, sporting tongue strap. Slowly coming in some sort of form is Max Mueller. Smuggler's Cove out of Evelyn May. And 11 will be Petslav. Petslav was the one who ran 6th on this outing is Petslav. Well, did make a slight bit of improvement and then ended up finishing on 6th out of 8 runners. Benignity was the eventual winner in this race, and Petslav is out of Rodrigo Conrad of Constantia, beautifully bred horse, but ended up 6th on the starting spun. Blinker's tongue stop rated at 12.
Well, Eben 1 ran second in his last outing to Galactical, and with Sayadim run, like tomorrow his PS Chona is riding him. I hope he runs a good race.
Yes, antelope I put Tangi steps, and this is the age group race, the 5-year-old and over. And but Jackie told last time you put Tangi step in the better run, and I think should win, sir. Only one horse is there. That horse is number 4, eco-friendly, a bit, sir.
Yes, 14 is a more better distance for him. Last time he should have done a little more better, but he was very wide on the outside. So I think this time he must have a very good chance.
Yes, he's run as an impressive 3rd in a 6 furlong race behind Stellantis, and now running in this age group in a 7 furlong. I think he's got a good chance.
Plate distance run is 1400 meters. Able 1 is the one which is in question, who ran 2nd. Galacticus was the winner of this race, and Galacticus was the one who had that lead of almost 2 lengths in front, just given a couple of cracks, and quick and well to win by 4 3/4 lengths is Galacticus, whereas Able 1 ran into the money, finishing on 2nd, 4 3/4 lengths behind the winners. One tongue stop rated at 34 is number 1 Able 1, and 2 will be Mystical Merkaba and number 5 Antelope. These are the 2 runners. Mystical Merkaba was putting that black color, all black colors, and ended up finishing on 7th out of 9 runners on this outing is Mystical Merkaba, having been consistent in his last winter season. Ended up 7th on this occasion, rated at 33 Tungstruck Crossnose Band. Antelope, both the occasions, finished on 3rd. Did come into the fighting line at one point of time and fizzled out ultimately to finish on 3rd. 3rd behind Mighty Zo, 3rd behind the Turkoman. That's the form and credential, rated at 28 when Blinker's tongue strap. Aircraft are the one which ran a blinder in this race behind Turkoman, and Antelope ran 3rd. 3 will be Benignity. Benignity was the eventual winner in this race. Is Benignity waiting to launch an assault, and Sunway Lagoon was the one on the inside, and Benignity on the outside. Came with a rattle on the outside was Benignity to come and emerge victorious by 1.5 length, and won on this occasion, having run 2nd behind Venus is Benignity's one Tungstruck Crossnose Band basket bed, rated at 32. Eco-Friendly is the one we have a look at. Eco-Friendly last time around ran 4th behind Fondness of You and 5th behind Pavarotti. On this occasion, that's Curry Trip, ran again 4th out of 7 runners. Aldgate was the winner, and Eco-Friendly did end up by finishing on 4th, rated at 29, spawning Blinker's tongue strap. Such fielder of Friendly is number 4, Eco-Friendly. 6 will be Akasi. Akasi ran 4th. Jersey Legend was the winner of this race, and Akasi was the one who was being produced in the center of the track was Akasi, and slightly shifting out in fact, and ended up finishing on 4th on this outing is Akasi, having run 4th in his previous outing being Venus. Ran once again 4th in race number 65 is Akasi. Phoenix Star out of Tigress Nior is number 6 Akasi's from Tungstruck Crossnose Band, and Hanging Bit rated at 21 is Akasi. 7 will be Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo was the one who ran 3rd. Stellantis was the winner, and Cinco de Mayo did come and ended up in the money on this occasion, having run 2nd behind Memorable Time in last winter, and in this occasion 3rd out of 10 runners. Stellantis the winner, rated at 20s from Tungstruck Crossnose Band is number 7 Cinco de Mayo. Green Coaster at Just Gold is number 7 Cinco de Mayo. 8 will be Slingshot. Slingshot was traveling the widest of all, in fact, and ended up 8th out of 10 runners. His Slingshot. This is race number 1 of this current season run you're looking at. Of Slingshot is out of green coast, out of brown envelope. Ended up finishing on 8th out of 10 runners, having finished 2 ahead of the last runner. True Faith was the winner, rated at 20. Is number 8 Slingshot.
She shocked me last time when she won that race. I hope she keeps the same form going on. And she's gone up a bit in handicap, but if she runs the same race what she ran last time, hopefully she should be there.
Archway won his last start quite comfortably. He's taking a winning penalty and running in the higher class. I think he will struggle to win, but he's in great form and I hope he puts his best foot forward.
Skyfire, after finishing third, he had little infection. Now he's back in work. He's got a chance. 2-3 good horses are there in that race. One is Neil Darashas, Elcid Synergy and English Bay. These 2 horses definitely have to beat.
Well, he won comfortably last time. He's improved from there, worked better this time. I think he'll be right there in the finish.
Run is 1200 meters. We have a look at number 1 Eternal Princess and number 7 in the card. That's English Bay. These are the 2 runners we have a look at. But let's start off with the first runner coming up will be Eternal Princess, who was the eventual winner in this race. Is Eternal Princess, winning by a margin of 3/4 of length, beating Crown Concert, the stablemate. And Eternal Princess won by a comfortable margin, in fact, rated at 65. From Tungstra Basket with cross-nose band in a pillar-to-post victory. Won comfortably is Eternal Princess. Whereas number 7 in the card, English Bay, ran ending up 6th out of 8 runners is English Bay. Rated at 52 is number 7, English Bay. 2 will be Smithsonian. Smithsonian ran 8th on this outing. Race number 19 finished on 8th is Smithsonian. The Silks of White with purple fleur-de-lis, purple sleeves and purple cap is number 2 Smithsonian, and finished on in race number 19. 8th out of 11 runners. Artemis Ignitia was the winner, rated at 61. One blinkers, tungster, cross-nose band is number 2. Number 3 will be Anakin and number 10, Montelina. These are the 2 runners. Anakin was primarily positioned and Montelina was about 2 lengths off Anakin, but Anakin was the one having run twice, ran 11th behind Siege Courageous and 7th out of 12 runners behind Dedicate is Anakin's. From Tungstra Basketball, rated at 56, won by a margin of 2.5 lengths was Dedicate in race number 63 over that sprint trip, whereas number 10 in the card, Montelina, ran 5th behind Siege Courageous and 6th behind Dedicate, rated at 48. From Blinkers Tungstrap is number 10, Montelina. Rodrigo Conrad, the girl of the rain, is Montelina. Archway comes the next. The eventual winner in this race is Archway, having finished 4th in his last outing being Eternal Princess, came and ended up winning this race by a margin of long neck, in fact, is Archway. Although Twilight Tornado came with a strong challenge and Archway managed to win by the closest of margins, but Twilight Tornado repeated this form in a subsequent outing by winning that race in his next outing. Whereas we have a look at number 5, that's a Mystic Eye, number 6, Skyfire, and number 8, Superkind. These are the 3 runners we have a look at, but let's start off with the first runner, Mystic Eye. Mystic Eye was the one who ended up finishing on 10th on the first outing when Siege Courageous, and subsequently ran last in Etosha's win is Mystic Eye. Pretty hard to digest after that. Some good performances in last winter, running two poor races in his subsequent outings is Mystic Eye. One blinkers tungstop rated at 53, whereas number 6 Skyfire ran 3rd on this outing being Etosha, rated at 53 for tungstop, and Superkind was the one who ran ending up 8th out of 12 runners behind Etosha, spawning blinkers tungstop basket with cross-nose band rated at 50. Outside is Synergy, number 9 in the card, who ended up winning this race as Outside is Synergy took over the running and ultimately emerged victorious to win by 1 1/4 lengths, beating Aguila, who came in far too late to finish on 1 1/4 lengths behind the winner. And Outside is Synergy emerged victorious by 1 1/4 lengths, having finished on in the money last winter on all the 3 occasions is
I felt that it was a good race. For the first time, he's run a real good race, and I've stepped up the distance. Let's see, if he can get the distance.
Mars Goel's second start of his life. He's run 2 6 furlong races. 6, in my opinion, was sharp. It's tough to beat Night Defensor, and high tribute.
Yeah, Crosswater ran well behind Synthesis. She showed me that she needed a distance, so I'm running her in a 7 furlong. It's a nice race, and let's hope I can win it.
This is her second run. She ran pretty decently last time. She was a little green. She jumped out of the gate and just got a little phased. Then she picked up pace and she galloped well. I think she should improve a lot from the previous experience, and we all have to beat Night Defender.
Well, Dynamic Force was the one who ran second on the starting, having run fifth behind Nezia, and second out of 9 runners behind Fondness of You is a Dynamic Force. Ran into the money. The Silks of Royal Blue, Red Sash, Western Aristocrat at Summer Wine as Dynamic Force. Ran second on the startings. One Blinker's Tongue Stop rated at 31 is number 1, Dynamic Force. In fact, a long way second. 5.5 lengths behind the winner. Well, 2 will be High Tribute. Did not complete the course, in fact, and ended up finishing on There you have it. Dropped the ride at the crucial stage, and Sea Eagle was the one who came and emerged victorious. We've seen this footage earlier, and High Tribute did not complete the course. 3 will be Night Defenser, and number 8, that's Victoria Dorasani. Well, let's have a look at Night Defense's credential, who ran second, led the field, in fact, and Victoria Dorasani was the one who has been produced almost in the center of the track. Did come and finish on 4th on the starting is Victoria Dorasani, and that 7 furlong trip ran into the money, whereas this horse, Night Defenser, did the running for most part of the journey and ended up finishing on a fine second, where Tenani was the one who came and won on the starting by 3/4 of a length, and Night Defenser ran second. Sporting Tongue Strap is number 3, Night Defenser, whereas Victoria Dorasani ran 4th out of 8 runners from Tongue Strap, Side Chickpeas and Hood. Number 4 will be Mars Goel. Mars Goel was the one who ran 4th. Mazel Tov was the winner of this race, and Mars Goel ran 3rd on the first starting in winter. And Sarai also coming up for scrutiny and finished on 3rd behind Champions Way on the first occasion in winter. But on this occasion here in summer, ran 4th out of 11 runners. Mazel Tov was the winner, winning this race. Mazel Tov by 5.25 lengths, and Mars Goel finished on 4th. Rate is Sporting Tongue Strap, but his number 7 in the card, Sarai, ran 6th after that 4th on the first starting, rated at 26. Crosswater comes in next. Crosswater was the one who ran second behind Synthesis, and you saw the performance of Synthesis last week in the Cold Star Stakes, finishing on a fine second on that occasion. And Crosswater on this occasion ran second behind Synthesis, 3 3/4 lengths separating the first 2 runners. We should run a mighty race, in fact, for Tungster Crossnose Band Basket.
Pissarro is running after the Pune season. He had a setback. We had sent him to the farm. We got him back. He's feeling very well, but mile is going to be sharp for him. Running the mile for the first time. Has beaten Moon's Blessing, but on handicap, Moon's Blessings mathematically is better than Div-I. So let's see. Let's hope for the best.
Definitely improved from last time, and he's going to be in the shake-up for sure.
I have 3 horses running in that race. Moon's Blessing, in his last start, I thought the horse went too fast early part of the race. Having said that, I think on handicap, she's the horse, amongst our 3 horses, she's the horse that everyone has to beat.
Distance run is 1600 meters, and we have a look at number 1, Pissarro. Pissarro was the one having run second behind Theon in Hyderabad, and was withdrawn in a subsequent outing. But this is the run where you're looking at, where Pissarro finished on second behind Theon over the 2,400 meter trip. 9.5 lengths between the first 2 runners behind Theon and Pissarro, and was a winner in last summer, in fact. Is Pissarro, rated at 96 for Tongue Strap, and Side Chickpeas is number 1, Pissarro. Number 2 will be De Villiers, number 3, Sea Lion, and number 4, Pride's Angel. These are the 3 runners we have a look at, but let's have a look at Sea Lion's credential. Sea Lion was the one who ran 5th on both occasions, having ran 5th behind Fast Rain over the sprint trip and ran 5th behind Monteverdi over that 7 furlong trip. Is Sea Lion's tongue stop rated at 86 is Sea Lion, and De Villiers was the one after that 8th behind Northern Lights, ran 3rd out of 10 runners behind Monteverdi, starting to catch up with the front runner, and De Villiers finished on a fine 3rd on this outing, with Pride's Angel coming with a rattle on the outside and bridging the gap on every stride to just about a long neck between the winner and Pride's Angel, and De Villiers ran into the money. 5 will be Regency Smile. Regency Smile ran 5th. Galactical was the winner of this race, and Regency Smile was the one who was angling for his run in between runners and did end up by finishing on 5th out of 7 runners. Is Regency Smile, having run 9th in Mumbai behind Northern Lights, and in this occasion ran 5th out of 7 runners, rated at 82 tongue strap. Moon's Blessing comes in next, who ran 6th. Rasputin is the winner. Well, this horse, having run 3rd behind Fast Train on the first occasion, now that sprint trip, ran 6th in his subsequent outing. Is number 6, Moon's Blessing, oh that mile trip, and Rasputin was the winner. Finishing on 6th was Moon's Blessings from tongue strap, rated at 80.
Well, Dedicate had come into that race in Class 3 after a pretty long time, and he did pretty well by coming out and winning for me. I was happy with his progress then, and I'm still happy with his progress now. And there is one particular horse which is Slight Bother, who's come in as a final entry in long lease. I'm giving it weight, but you know, for a baby to win an open Class 3 race means he's not bad, so I hope I should be able to take on long lease also this time.
Well, he's taken the race well. He's worked also well. He's looking well. In my opinion, he'll be a live force.
Longlease is a well-bred, very nice filly. She's won her first start and she won it well. We've taken a shot at the Juvenile Million. She's a final entry, and she's taking on experienced horses in Kenaf and Dedicate. I think she should have the weight advantage over here, and she should put up a bold show.
3 years old only, foaled in 2020. We have a look at number 1, Dedicate. The eventual winner in this race is Dedicate. Well, slipped into the lead and ultimately emerged victorious to win by a margin of 2.5 lengths, although Lotte Brunnen was the one which was catching up, but Dedicate the winner, rated at 58. Kenaf. Number 2 will be Kenaf. The eventual winner in this race was Kenaf, and the winner in his last outing as well, and repeated that winning form. In fact, is Kenaf is out of Dala, and won by a comfortable margin of 2.5 lengths was Kenaf. Putting tongue strap, rated at 45 is number 2, Kenaf. 3 will be Born to be Spoiled. Well, this is the horse which ran 11th in Ooty behind Supreme Grandeur. In fact, well, almost in that second last position, and veering out rapidly, in fact, to end up by finishing on 7th out of 10 runners is Born to be Spoiled. King Duck out of Looming, and was withdrawn in race number 12, in fact, here at Bangalore, where a fast pace was the winner. Supporting tongue strap is number 3, Born to be Spoiled. 4 will be Call Me. Call Me ran 8th. Bertha was the winner of this race. Yet another runner which ran in Chennai, in fact, and ran 8th out of 10 runners, just be 2 home. Is that of Roderick O'Connor out of Thurayat is number 4, Call Me. Beautifully bred horse, but ended up finishing on 8th out of 10 runners in race number 160 of the Chennai season is number 4, Call Me. 5 will be Leatherback. Let's have a look at Leatherback's credential, who ran 2nd. Clifford was the winner of this race, and Leatherback was the one nicely positioned at this stage. Now been pulled out, in fact, with Clifford was the one having that useful lead of almost about 2 lengths in front, and the lead was at the final dying stages, cut down to just about half a length, and Leatherback, in fact, ran a mighty race to finish on a fine 2nd in race number 71. And number 8 will be Long Lease. The eventual winner in this race is Long Lease. Well, kicked on gamely to register a fine win of 4.5 length. In fact, Wonder Woman was the one who ran 2nd, but Long Lease won on this occasion. That sprint trip in race number 55 is Long Lease, rated at 41.
Clever Run's last time was a decent run. Now I have claimed 11th. He is carrying top weight. He is definitely there in 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was a nostril where she lost out last time, but she's running within a week. So it's an age group 5-year-olds and upward. She got beat to a 4-year-old last time. I hope she can put her best foot forward.
Well, Top Dancer in a previous start, she's run third behind Iredani. And then in the next start where she was unfortunately got withdrawn after flipping over the gates. And now again she's running a 7 furlong and with P. Trevor on top. I think she's got a good chance to pull it off.
Malakpet played Division 1. We have a look at number 1, Clever Hans. Clever Hans who ran ending up third on the sorting, third out of 10 runners. Aquamatic was the winner on this occasion, whereas number 2, Katana, also coming up for scrutiny. Well, the grey, you cannot miss it, being produced almost in the center of the track. There you can see on the top of your screen, starting to bridge the gap on every stride and did come and finish on 5th on this occasion is Katana's putting blinkers, tungster, crossnose band rated at 42. Clever Hans on the other occasion has been pretty consistent in last winter as well as on this occasions. Ran third behind Aquamatic is Clever Hans. Putting blinkers, tungster, crosses band rated at 42 is Clever Hans. 3 will be Millbrook. Well, ran a mighty race. In fact, looked like he was shaping as a winner, but ultimately Tornado came in with a lightning run to come and nail down in the last possible try. And in fact, it was a very close fought finish. And nose was the verdict separating the first 2 runners. And Millbrook lives to fight another day. When tungster crosses band rated at 42. Dragon's Gold, who ran 4th on the sorting, is Dragon's Gold, is out of Roderick O'Connor out of Lee's Kitten is Dragon's Gold and finished on 4th out of 9 runners. Led the field for most part of the journey and dropped back to end up finishing on 4th out of 9 runners. Measure of Time was the winner for Tungster, Crossers, Pet, Basket Bit and Hood rated at 40 is Dragon's Gold. 5 will be Top Dancer. Top Dancer ran third. Iridani was the winner. Well, reared up and flipped over and was stuck in the starting stalls and was withdrawn on race number 54. But on the previous occasion, ran third out of 8 runners. Iridani was the winner, winning by a margin of 1 1/4 length, and Top Dancer was the one who ran third on this occasion. Tungster rated at 40 is number 5, Top Dancer. 6 will be the Golden Dream. Pretty consistent, in fact, is the Golden Dream, and knocking at the door and ended up finishing on third out of 8 runners. Classic Charm was the winner and gathered momentum to come and finish on a fine third, just about 3 lengths separating the first 3 runners. But Golden Dream did run a mighty race, in fact, was a winner in race number 23, rated at 30 is for blinkers and crossnose band. Air Display comes next, who ran third. Pavarotti was the winner, and Air Display on both occasions ran third. In fact, as Air Display, A supported of Sanus Paraquam as Air Display ran third behind Opus 1, and on this occasion, Pavarotti was the runaway winner, whereas Air Display finished on a fine third. One tongue stop rated at 37. And the last runner for the day will be Armory. Armory ran 4th. Queen Regnant was the winner, and Armory did run 4th on the sorting, previously having finished 8th behind Always Happy, and originally 9th, awarded this by the stewards, in fact. And this occasion ran 4th out of 8 runners. Queen Regnant the winner. This is the last winter run looking at. Tungster crosses band rated at 34. So that's when the preview of today's races. We'll join you tomorrow. Until then, thank you from all of us.